go. Let's go. Here we are. Welcome back. We are in the 16th hour. Everything's working. Fantastic, fantastic. And today we are reacting to my stand-up comedy set from last night. So, if you've been watching, you know that I just did stand-up comedy for the first time in a long time. All right, for the first time in like 6-7 years. Okay, and it went pretty like it went like I got like a 6.2 on my first stand-up performance at the Ye Olde Falcon pub. 6.2, right? So that 6.2 got another guy in the room named Obnoxious to be like, look, this guy got a 6.2, right? Maybe I'm not sure in his book, but in my book it was a 6.2, which is good because the first time I ever did stand-up was a complete bomb ski, dude. It was embarrassing. I have it on video. If I can find it, what we should do one day is go over all of my old sets from when I'm like 20. Those are fantastic. 20. From when I'm like 20. Those are great. If we got into those, they're so embarrassing. I'm afraid to watch them. There's one stand-up set right now on YouTube. If you go and type in Matt Ryan SNL audition, and you can find that. And see me doing like impressions and stuff. That's kind of a set that I've hinted already at. But I'll do like Trump impressions. It was in 2016. So it was later in the game for me. 2016. Doing Trump impressions, Biden impressions, John Lovett's impressions. Who else? Al Pacino impressions, yada yada yada. The classic Christopher Walken impressions, the obvious ones. But again, it was 2016, and I just started doing stand up. So we'll go over that one day. It's a good idea. Go over the stand up set, all the old ones, because I've taken them off YouTube because they were so bad. They were like embarrassing. Like there were people commenting like, "Why did I waste my time watching this?" And it was a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm taking these down because these are horrendous." So we have to do that. We got to go over the old sets. But today, we're going to go over the new set from yesterday. It was exciting. Speaking about yesterday, I think yesterday was better than a 6.2. If we got a 6.2 at the Ye Olde Falcon, the first time back in 6-7 years, then I think that we probably got like, I think a 7.1 last night. A 7.1. So we got a 6.2 at the Ye Olde Falcon for the first time back in 6-7 years. And we got a 7.1 last night at the Bayoshi Sushi Bar out in Pembroke Pines, Florida. That's where we performed. If I keep breathing, I'm breathing. I gotta catch my breath. We did a lot today. Today was a busy day. That's why it's what time? It's 8:29 p.m. Call it 8:30. It's 8:30, and I'm coming to you live right now for the 16th hour. And it's been a long day. For one, it took me like 40 minutes to get on because the internet was down. And I thought I couldn't get to you. I thought if the ignorant, the internet, I'd say 7.6. Thank you. Appreciate that. 7.6 last night. I'd say if the internet were down and I couldn't go out and get the signal out for another daily stream, that would be catastrophic. That would not be good. That would be a not good thing. And so we would not like that to happen. So what we want to happen is not that. So that's not going to happen because today we got internet. We figured it out and we're here. And we're catching our breath and we're calming down and we're getting into it. Good. Here we are. We've arrived. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining. Typically it takes about 3 to 4 minutes of a chit-chat, how you say chit-chat, to get into it, get into the mood, get settled, calm down. That right into the mic was kind of crazy, huh? That was like, whoa, it sounded like that literally, it reminded me of? It reminded me of the hurricane videos, the hurricane news videos that I swear to God that used to be like an annual tradition, was watching hurricane news videos. If you're from South Florida, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where like, almost like, it was kind of, stop it, it was almost like exciting when you'd watch the news. Like, you were into it. You wanted to watch it. You wanted to see the damage. You wanted to see the damage. So much so that when, like, there wasn't enough damage. I remember when I'd go and see a video on the news after a hurricane, and if there wasn't, they just had the stop sign. The stop sign going. The classic every single hurricane, by the way. If you're an advocate hurricane watcher, because you live in a tropical area where there's hurricanes, then you know of the stop sign that goes. The stop sign video for every hurricane. But you know, when you watch, like, it was almost exciting. It was part of the news. Like, the expected news was to see the tropical storms and hurricanes coming through and watch it on TV. I know, doesn't that sound horrible? But I know I'm not the only person. Because most likely you're inside suffering the damage. So you're like suffering the damage, and then you're watching the damage. It's like you're cucking yourself. You're hurricane cucking yourself. It's a hurricane cuck. So we have all down here in South Florida have hurricane cucked ourselves for years. And to be honest, I'm getting a little upset that I haven't had a hurricane in a while. I'm getting a little bored. Can anyone say that? Is that even bad to say? I'm getting a little bit bored. Where's the hurricanes? I mean, come on, people. It's been a little bit long. Honestly, I'm tired of hearing, we're due. Everyone says that. We're due. Our mother, friend of the show, my mother, our favorite, she used to say, well, we're due for a hurricane. You know, we've been due for a decade. Haven't seen it. Where is it? I feel like I'm in Forrest Gump, and he's like, bring it on! Is this all you got? That's me right now, but quietly. In a very relaxed fashion, am I doing such a thing? In a very relaxed fashion, I'm requesting that they send... I'm just kidding. Let's stop right now. Stop in the tracks. That was enough. You know what I mean, though. There was a time and a place in my life and in other people's lives. Millennials' lives. Good evening, sailors. Joe, welcome. Maybe you'll be familiar with this. I'm not sure. But we're talking about how... when we were... It's manipulated. Their life is manipulated. But we were talking about how storms back in the day, it was almost like corn, you know? Replace the sea. When you watched the weather and there was a hurricane on TV, you'd be in the hurricane at home with your power out, and you'd probably be watching on, I used to watch on like D battery, Z battery powered devices with a small little cathode TV, a small little TV screen. Like it literally looked like the stereotypical, like what would be like the box TV with the rounded bent glass cathode. Is it called cathode? Cathode ray tube TV, right? And we had like the small one with the D battery in it or the C battery in it, and we'd watch that. And you'd see the hurricane videos and the guys outside like, I'm getting out of here, it's getting kind of fucking intense. And you'd always be like, dude, get that guy deeper, get him deeper into the shit. I want to see that guy literally just ducking. So that used to happen. It's not a thing anymore. So lucky us, we've been saved. It's been manipulated away from us. They no longer send the weather this way. I guess we've been well behaved, if you believe that. But yeah, last night's stand-up set was pretty good. She said 7.6. It was cold in there, but 7.6. That's, dude, 7.6 in a cold room is ridiculous. The eye of the storm. Let's go, JPC, my boy. Let's take him down. They don't have, maybe they do. You don't get like hurricanes. Maybe you get blizzards. Blizzards, dog. But, yeah. So, we've been good down here. The point is, last night was not a storm, was not a blizzard. It was chill. We did it at Bayosi Sushi, and I got the video. Our friend of the show, our great moderator friend here, the Jays who kind of does everything for us. She's our right-hand gal. She filmed the show. Obnoxious is the host of the show. He's a local comedian, Obnoxious. He goes by Obnoxious Comedy. So you'll see him. He brought me on. Let's I say we get into it. Excuse me. I say we get into it. Let's just pull this thing up and see if it just goes. I think it's this one.
Alex, man. Thank you, Alex, for coming on the mic. Appreciate it.
Little loud.
So y'all really not fucking with this presidency? Y'all not fucking with Trump? Nah? Nah? Listen, I voted for him. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? Now, I mean, and someone asked me why. I was like, isn't it obvious? It's because he free Kodak.
Now, this is not me performing here, right there. That's not me. That is obnoxious. He's the guy who hosted the show. That guy. Obnoxious. That's not me. He's going to introduce me. That's going to happen right now.
I'm sorry, hold on. White people, do you guys know who Kodak Black is?
What? Yeah.
Alright, you sure.
That was to me, by the way.
Because I got some flack for that joke last year.
It was to me, by the way. He pointed at us. We were like every single, by the way, I just want to say this quickly before we show the rest of this, that we were the token white people to take out every fucking joke on. I mean, me and JC literally, they were just like, and white people, you guys will get this, or like, you guys won't understand this, or like, hey, fuck you. Like literally, which I'm okay with. I'm all game for it, but it was like hilarious that we were like fucking being attacked. And like, if there was like a joke that was like kind of a sent sort of like if the white people do this kind of thing, people would like check to be like, are they laughing? Do they agree with us? Like, not that they care. I almost want to just want to be like, are they offended? Fucking, I hope so. You know? But it's all obviously all in good love. Love it all. Love it all.
I voted for Trump, right? But now, I mean, this lady got mad, and I was just being funny. These are just jokes. Now, I did get out of character. I might have gotten mad, and I got upset. I called her a bitch and a hoe, and I'm not proud of it. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to call the hoe a bitch, but the bitch was doing some whole shit while I was on stage. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, you guys ready for your next comic? Let's make some loud fucking noise for Jesse Eisenberg's little brother, Matt Ryan, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go. Good shit, dude. Give it up for Obnoxious. Met him last week. He's a good guy. We got a lot in common. We both say, fuck you, Mom. Fucking bitch. Holding me down. What's your name, by the way? So aggressive, right? What's your fucking name, dude? Give me your fucking details. Aaron.
Okay, Aaron. So I'm pausing it because let's go. We'll make it happen, right? round three. So there's a guy named Aaron. He was in the front row. Right before I went up, there was this guy who was like sitting up there to me. And he was like looking back at me like this. Like, this is what, it was like so fucking weird, I swear to God. He was like this. He was like this. Like he's watching the bit like and he's like leaning in on his girl and he's like and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? So this guy is checking me and I'm like, it's because I'm the white guy, right? And he's like, I don't know if he's like Hispanic or if he's like a light-skinned kind of black guy or something, I'm not sure. No Bitcoin geeks in the back. Not this time. No, this was actually a quiet night. It was actually really nice. Everyone paid attention, by the way. The room, by the way, was perfection because... Not perfection. Why the fuck would I say perfection? It wasn't perfection. It was just nice that it was not loud. There was like... And it's a sushi place, so who's loud at a sushi place? But it was like a sushi place open, which you think would be like one of those like multi-use areas like in a food court in a mall where there's like different stations. That's what it looked like, which was odd. It might have even been that. There might have been like 4, sushi places, but there was like a partition, like this sort of like sort of like Swiss cheese partition that separated sort of this wide open garage floor, warehouse floor, open food court, like sushi multi-use area with like a bar, just like an own chill little islandy bar that had outside on one side, inside on the other. So super sick. One of my favorite little places to chill, honestly, back in the day when I lived at in Boca Raton. I used to go to this place Kampai, and I would sit at the bar and just like, it was a Asian like a kind of like a Japanese restaurant, and dude, sitting at like a Japanese restaurant bar and getting messed up. They poured the shots heavy. I used to get cranberry and vodkas, just like in soda, like soda, vodka, little cranberry. Used to just slam those at Kampai. So shout out Kampai. I actually saw Supreme Patty there, so shout out Supreme Patty too. Anyway, a side note. Point is, this place was cool and it was chill and everyone was paying attention. So this guy in the front's name is Aaron. He was the guy who was checking me all night. Yeah, I do. He was the one who was checking me all night. And right before I went up, he went up. And then he says something to the guy, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to fucking do like 5 minutes right now. He literally is getting drunk at the bar, and he's going to do 5 minutes right before I go. And I'm like, okay, here we go. But he doesn't. He like quietly is like, he literally is like sitting there, and he's like not a very tall guy. He was like 5, like 3 or something. He was cool, sweet guy. Really sweet guy. So like nothing against that at all. But he was just literally like, hello, and I want to say like that this woman right here is the best woman ever, and in front of all these people, I just want to say, and then like he was reaching into his pocket, and everyone in the room is like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He's about to propose. And then he doesn't. And I don't know if you know this, but I proposed at a comedy show. So I'm literally sitting there like slamming JC like, oh my God, we're about to fucking witness a proposal at a comedy show with 9 people in the room at this partition sushi bar. And it didn't happen. He just like was like, yeah. And then sat back down. And we were like, what the fuck? And then and then he called me up. And so then I'm like, yo, what's good? What's your name, by the way? Aaron? And then here we go.
You were about to, this is what I want to show you. It's just weird the way life is so serendipitous. This has nothing to do with my act.
Didn't know
it has to do with the fact that I literally proposed to my fiance right there on stage at a comedy show. Now, where the fuck is it? Here it is. This is literally the thing. I don't want to fucking have to wait too much time. I don't want to kill it, but the point is...
I've been sneaking around. I've been pretending to go on bicycle trips. I said, when we're on a bicycle, let's go together. And I'm like, no, I
not to bore you guys too much with this. I was going to just do the whole ring. I'll do the whole ring. Just the ring part, the ring part. I had to show that Erin just coincidentally is beautiful, that you took time to give her love and stuff like that. And when you were looking at me a second ago, I was like, is he looking at me like, fuck this guy right here? Blowing up the set because he was like fucking looking at me like, this is him looking at me. Because you gotta get, did you know I was going next? You were like, fuck, I'm hopping up in between them? Or no. All laughter, no fucking responses. I love it, dude. That's what I'm fucking looking for, dude. Fucking, what are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do? Give it for Good effort, good effort. Anyone check in on the kicker? Fuck, dude, I couldn't. This is me all night. Fuck. Dude, this would be me. Come on! It's fucking 12:05! Come on! This is giving me PTSD right here, this thing. The amount of times I've come up on my skateboard, snuck out of the house. She's sleeping. Come on! Are you fucking kidding me? It's right there! And you can see the guy. He's fucking, I can see he's walking. You're at the little gate. I can see you in there. Just get the booze and fucking hand it to me, alright? I missed it.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. I don't know if you're watching. Did I thought of this joke. I just played it. I was going to interrupt it, but I'm like, fuck, Captain, interrupt this. Like, you're always stopping the clip. So I wanted to just show it. I thought while I was sitting there that these gate things... Oh, that actually worked. These gate things that hang down look like at a place. Honestly, they look like a mall. When like a mall shuts and they drop the things. But I thought it looked like almost like a liquor store. Like the liquor store is closed and they've dropped these fucking gates down. Right? So I'm sitting here in one of these seats up front. I'm literally in like one of the seats behind because there's only a couple seats. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I just thought of a great joke. Like, I was like, I'll just be like, this is giving me PTSD. Like, I wanted to do some observational work because I'm trying to like expand the set. The kid, okay, here's what I also want to say. Not to get too off part of the night. I show up, right? Last time I'm like, I'm going to do 5 minutes. Dan Weiss is like, you're going to do 8. I'm like, okay, fuck. I have 4 I was going to make and walk off. So I'll stretch 4 into, but I ended up doing 8, right? This time I walk in and Obnoxious is like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So like, you know, like 8 minutes or something. Like last time he's like, yeah, we're going to do 12. I'm like, I don't got 12. And he was like, yeah, you know, if you got to get off early, whatever, no big deal. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to fill the 12. So then we have 12 to fill. So this is a 12-minute set. I think this is like 11:58 or 11 and a half minutes. So my point is, I'm sitting there like, okay, here we go again. I have 7 minutes maybe of material that I was going to stretch into 8, you know, by adding a minute. So I have to stretch 7 now into 12. So I need to come up with jokes while I'm sitting here. And so one of them, I was like, no one's going to say this. Only I will come up with this joke because I've been watching these comics and no one's going to make all these like, I'm an alcoholic jokes because they're not even going to think of what I'm thinking of as I'm looking at these. Because when I look at this, I see it's 12:05 and the fucking discount liquor store down the street is closed. And I'm like, it's 12:05 and you're still inside and I can see you and they won't let me in. And I'm like, dog, my life is depending on you opening those gates right now and letting me in. You know what I mean? Or just like you grabbing me a tequila bottle or something and giving it to me and I'll get out of here. It gets to the point where you're like, hey man, come on man, just give me like, you know, just give me a tequila bottle and I'll fucking suck your dick. And then like I walk out with the tequila bottle. No, just kidding. All suggestive jokes aside, that was what the joke was supposed to be. So I was gonna walk up and be like, God, this is giving me PTSD here. You know, this reminds me of like a closed liquor store or something. I was going to try to do it, and I didn't do it well. I ended up blending it with the kicker from UM, because UM just played, and the kicker missed a field goal. I don't know if you guys saw this, but very early on in the game, the kicker from UM missed a field goal. And the whole fucking time, they were always like they were always like 3 points away. And it's like, God, if that guy didn't bounce off that field goal, I think that's what we're talking about, it was earlier in the game, then Jesus, they would have been able to win the game, right? Or like tie and go to overtime. And so I just blended it. Like, God, I had PTSD. Like, I would be at the liquor store. Okay, so enough of that.
Hit the fucking goalpost. Oh, all right. So that's that. I'm Irish, so I had to get that out. I like to drink a lot of alcohol, but not tonight. Sober. I've been going sober. Yeah. This is getting exciting. This is exciting. No, I'm not actually sober. No, I'm just doing the stand-up sober. I've never done stand-up without drinking. This is the first night. Let's go. Talk to me. So I recently got engaged, as you know. Let's go. And you'll know this when you get engaged. Are you engaged, married? You'll learn this. He doesn't know this yet. You gotta clean your toilet. Didn't know this. I don't clean my toilet. I see specks, I wash up. Pressure washer, gone. I've never cleaned the toilet. The ring is like this to the top. I just got the natural pressure washer, so I learned here, you know you gotta clean the toilet. Okay? What do you do? I told you pressure wash it off. As I've gotten older, I've had to stand up on stools and get up on surfaces so that I can like...
Looking at this, do I need to say like, I never like, I'm doing to say like I just use my dick as a pressure washer? Because I don't actually say that. I just imply it, and I don't think everyone's getting it. I think this is one of the things in my stand-up routines I'm going to work on, which is like, okay, do I need to just say dick, penis, my cock, my fungal, you know what I mean? I just use the schutz as a pressure washer, just some word, just make something up, you know, because I don't know if everything's hitting, because I don't know if I clearly say everything. Okay.
I'll do it, because I gotta get the extra pressure, so I'm like, from an extra height now, but I still get to remember when I was a kid. I could go over the stall door. She's got some tricks for you. If you want to know how to go on the road, she's got you. We pull over, we're both out of the car. There's no one driving. Where the fuck are they? In the woods. She's on the side. What's that right there? Okay, I'm over there like... looking so suspicious. I'm literally like fucking like, hope he didn't see me shake, hope he didn't see me shake. She's like, hello, I'm back, I'm done.
Okay, well, someone in the audience, I don't know if you heard, was like, you're lucky that you can, like, I don't know. She just said you're lucky that you could pee, I guess, like that. Because I was, like, doing the thing and, like, whatever. She was like, you guys are lucky. And then I went into the fact that girls can squat and pee.
I'm not doing it. All right, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back to Arizona. I'm not going back to Arizona. Okay. You know, I'm not gay. Going back there. So I'm like from an extra height now, but I still get to remember when I was a kid. I could go over the stall door. She's got some tricks for you if you want to know how to go on the road. She's got you.
I backed this up way too far.
We pull over.
I backed up too far.
As I've gotten older, I've had to stand up on stools and get up on surface.
I fucking already
Got some tricks for you if you.
Hold on.
I'm not gay. I just used to drink a lot. That's it. Okay, it's a joke. I'm engaged with my fiance. She knows. We've done the work. We've talked to the therapists. We don't book any more appointments. We're done. Okay. So I recently got engaged. Okay. All right. You know what that means? You know what it means? It means I have something to say to you. And here's what it is. I got engaged, JC. What happens when you get engaged?
What?
Oh, exactly. I recently got engaged and we've been living together so long, we're getting fucking old. I feel like I'm not even a millennial anymore. I've jumped generation. Huh? What? There's a lot of huh? What is that, honey? Right? She literally recently had her water shut off. That was, I guess, when the bill came in. That was another one of the, huh? But it's not funny when you get it shut off, and then she's like, hey, what time are they going to come back to? I'll turn it back on. And you're like, huh? Honey? What? Okay? They shut it back. They put it back on that day. But it was tough. I didn't know that when you flush, that's all the water that's in the toilet. More doesn't just come back. It's a gallon. And it's gone. Yeah. What's not gone is the shit sitting in there that I put. See, I didn't know this. When are they coming back, huh? Huh? They'll be back soon. I called 13 times. Oh, sorry, excuse me, guys. No, it's the Coke, because I'm not drinking tonight. So here's the deal. I recently got engaged. Did you know this? So I recently got engaged. Stop it, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I know what you did there. You got me. So I recently got engaged. It was at a comedy show just like this. You want me to pull the video out again? I don't think so. We've had enough of that. So I recently got engaged, and what comes with that is the third thing I was going to tell you. What's that?
Babies?
Making babies?
Dave?
Making a baby. Trying to make a baby. What's the third thing?
Dave down the street?
Dave down the street? Here's the deal. I can't even think of what the third setup was. Here's the joke. It doesn't matter. There's a guy down the street named Dave. Dave's got a lot of kids. And until then, I was like, I don't know if I want to do kids. I don't know if I want to do it. I can't do it. I'm not ready to do it. Then people, as I turned 31, started asking me to go to shit. And I was like, wish I had those fucking kids. I'm kind of liking this Dave guy. He kind of knows what the fuck he's doing. So I went like this. First, I got to get the wife so that I can get the kids. So I can get out of shit. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, Matt, you want to come to my, my fucking open mic? I can't. I got a wife and kids. What are you going to do? He's got a wife and kids, right? Can you come to my daughter's christening? I can't. I wish I could. I got a wife and kids, right? And someone's saying, like, Matt, he's kind of been a dick lately. He goes, no, Matt's a good guy. He's got a wife and kids. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Before I head out of here, I want to look up what that third joke was. I fucking forgot it.
Drinking, smoking.
Oh, it's so funny. She got it. See, this is without her, right? Aaron, lock it down. Lock it down, dude. What would I have done this whole fucking set if she wasn't here, right? No film, no dialogue, no discourse.
No shirt.
Okay, see? See how they keep it? They keep you on course. All right, here we go. I just got recently engaged, and so she's like, yo, let's have the kids. Let's make it serious. Like, Dave. And,
Wait, you did?
no, like, Dave. Fucking, you're rushing me along now. You gotta pay attention. No. So we recently got engaged. We're trying to have kids, right? She's like, let's have kids, right? And so it hasn't, like, done it yet. So she's like, look, I read online, no drinking. You got to stop smoking. You have to stop fucking staying up late. You have to stop jerking off. And doing coke. Stop jerking off, right? Blowing swimmers. So I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop jerking off. I gotta stop doing all these things. But who's gonna tell her to stop being a bitch? She wrote the joke. She wrote the joke. That's JC's joke. So give it up for JC and fuck me. Thanks, guys. Obnoxious, where are you?
Okay, so that was the rest of the set. I'm glad I played it out. A lot to comment on there, actually, but dude, shout out, to be honest, again, of course, at the end there, I was like, yo, shout out JC and fuck me. Because, yo, again, just like the ye old Falcon, we've been so busy. I do an hour live show before the damn set. I did this before the ye old Falcon. Did an hour before the set, right? And so I'm talking for an hour on the mic, and then I'm like, wait, okay, so what was the set? So we rehearsed the set in the car on the way to the damn thing last night, right? I'm like, we had to do it twice. I'm like, I fucking got it. I could do this shit in my sleep. I'm fucking Iron Man, you know? And then I get there, and again, in the middle of the set, I'm like, what was it again? Because it's all like new bits. Like the setup is the same. So what we're doing, when I say we, I mean I literally mean that I guess JC is my writing partner. That'll never be told to anyone else. You heard it here that she's assisted me with a couple jokes, and actually came up with the idea the other day. Look at me giving credit to people. This is bullshit. I should just take it for myself and say I came up with this. She was like, you should use the I just got engaged thing multiple times. And I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. That's such a stand-up fundamental textbook thing, is to repeat the setup. Chris Rock says it. To repeat the setup multiple times. Like every time you reset it back up and then dunk it and reset it back up and then punchline. Because people like, one, just laugh their ass off and they can't hear everything you say. All right? And then on top of that, they forget, dude. Like literally, a guy did it last night where somebody heckled him and he didn't reset the joke back up, and then he said the punchline and the room was crickets. The ghostwriter, yeah. JC the ghostwriter. And the room was crickets because he didn't set it back up, and I'm like, shit, he didn't set it back up. So JC had this idea of doing the wife and kids thing, and then like, depending on the amount of minutes, not the amount of minutes, what am I saying? You could, the rule of threes, right, in comedy, you do the punchline 3 times. So I could set it up 3 times. So I can interchange the jokes of the 3 setups. One of the running jokes we've been using is an old joke of mine from so long ago that I just came up on the spot at a sushi bar. Ironically, I was at a sushi bar. Kind of like the last time I did comedy. It's the sushi bar that was on the corner where Fork and Balls used to be on Las Olas Boulevard. Las Olas. And it just turns over all the time. Anyway, I had this joke I came up with there. And I had a cat at the time named Dennis. And I was living, I think, in Boca at the time. And I'd recently had like a new lady in my life. And so I was joking about, just said a joke about how I pee. I pee on the toilet to pee a speck off. Like, I don't know, every guy has done this before. If there's a speck of something, usually shit, on your toilet, you can urinate, you can piss on it, and spray it off. That's the joke. I said it the first time the best back in the day. Every time I've done it now, I've like butchered it. But it still kind of works. Because, again, people aren't really listening. And if you just build rapport, like, here's what I do at some of these rooms, I swear to God. Everything I do in life has like this sort of like not. I don't want to say strategy. That's the wrong thing to say because I'm not a strategic person like that. There's just a way to go about doing things and a way not to go about doing things. Can we agree on that? There's a way to do something and a way not to do something. It's not a strategy. It's fucking etiquette, if anything. So I follow the etiquette, the number one etiquette. The number one etiquette is, one, the comedians at these things are usually half the people in the damn room at these small gigs. I mean, we're not in New York or LA. We're not in Boston. We're not in Austin. You know, we're in freaking Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Pembroke Pines, Davie. So you got to be nice to them and make friends with them. So do that. Of course, don't be addicted to them. Watch their sets. Laugh at their sets. I do that. I just love comedy, so it's easy for me to laugh at people's sets naturally. I don't have to, like, fake it. And then last night we were speaking with some of the people at the bar, like right when we walked in, like just like said what's good to Obnoxious. And then instead of just like, for one, not drinking actually helps. This is the crazy thing about not drinking alcohol is I used to just be like, the first thing you do is you walk to the bar. It's like the first thing you do when it's like everyone who drinks, which is less and less every day, but whatever. I still like to drink every now and then. The first thing you do is go to the bar. And so what I would have done last night is said hello to Obnoxious and then gone to the bar and then fucking started to get obnoxious, you know? But instead, I'm like, here's these two girls that he's just talking to. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm mad. And then getting into this stuff and then doing like comedy and saying like, here's JC. And then we got to meet them. And I literally like some of the bits I already had kind of came out in our conversation. Like I would like dump some of the jokes. I'm like, damn, I'm dumping some of my material. I literally said it that night. I'm like, guys, I'm going to bomb later. I've done like some of my material sitting here with you. It just came out naturally. And so I just like did it. Like some of the jokes about JC and I, like now it's like working into the conversation. Like when I introduced me and JC, now I'm like doing the act when I'm meeting people, you know what I mean? Because it's almost like that's what I was getting at. So here's what me and the ghostwriter have been doing, which she will forever be ghostwriter, ghostwriter Jace, Ghostface Jace, Ghostface Jace going forward, Ghostface Jace, because she's my ghostwriter. We're building like a thing. Like, okay, so if you're going to build into like 20 minutes, you need to have something that's like cohesive, right? It's not like we have sat down and talked about this. It's just the way I'm talking about it after everything that's happened. I'm saying this. Ghostface Jace is not part of this. The strategy is, I saw Louis C.K. say that you need to build 5 minutes and then put it away, and then build 5 minutes and then put it away, and then build 5 minutes and put it away. Got it. Do that 4 times. You have 20 minutes, right? So when I used to do stand-up, I would like try to write jokes, if that makes sense. Like try to be like, haha, that's a shopping cart. People don't put their shopping carts away. So what do we think about that? Fucking dicks, right? Like, would do stuff like, obviously I've never said that joke before, just made that up, but stuff like that, like trying to be observational, because you watch comedians, you watch George Carlin, you watch all these great comics from back in the day, Richard Pryor, and all their stuff is like topic based, and you're like, oh, I'll just come up with topics and I'll riff on them, but it doesn't land. So this time around, just being older and being like just wiser, Slang being a wiser. Don't die not being wiser. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Being a little wiser, I've been like, okay, it's not even about the punchlines. Which is why we've been able to fill 8 minutes and then 12 minutes with like, honestly, like there's like 4 jokes in there. There's like 4 or 5 jokes in 12 minutes. Because you can like build the narrative. It helps a lot that JC's there. Obviously, if she wasn't there, I would just do the I just got gauged thing without her being in the room. It just helps that she's there filming and she's there and there's not a lot of people. But because I'm friendly with the comics and because I already talk to people at the bar and they already know JC, it also like opens up the act more, gives me more room to explore the ideas with people that I wouldn't be able to do if I hadn't done some of the contextual work in advance. right, to then make it so that the people in the room had built rapport with the idea and us, so then I can explore the concept of them deeper and come up with more jokes, as we saw last night, and then expand into 12 minutes. I mean, we got the light, I think. I think he was like, yo, you're up. Like, you're done. And I was like, cool. Second time in a row I've gotten the light and not been, like, I've been going and I got the light. The light is when they want you to get off stage. They flash a light. 1 minute. When you have 1 minute left, they give you a light so you can wrap it up. Back in the day, I used to be like, Jesus, how much time is left? Like, please get me off the stage. I'm looking for the light so I can please get off because I don't have that much material. And now I have even less material, but it's like subject matter, and it's narrative based, and it's revolves around me. So then, and of course JC, but it's like, again, it's centered upon like myself. So then I can use that with the people in the room, riff off myself, ha 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 ha, and the joke lands better. So it's almost like, I was talking to this guy, Josh, last night, who's a comic, and shout out Josh V Comedy. He filmed this whole set, and then he went to go put it on Instagram today, and there was no audio. And then he did a voiceover, which I thought was funny. He did a voiceover, was like, so here's my set, and I forgot to record the audio, so I was like, oh my God. But he's a nice guy, and he's been doing comedy for a bit, just a little bit. And I was telling him that if you watch comedy, you go and watch a special, like an hour, or you go to see a headliner, like an hour in a place. Oh, yeah, take this. Yeah, good point. That's a good point. I should have done that. Thank you. If you go to do, that's such a good point. Took the stand-up off the screen. If you go to watch an hour from a headliner, or you watch it in a special, then you don't understand how to read the room, you know, like a surfer can read the waves of the ocean. You don't know how to read the room and then make comedy that gets ultimately more laughs. It's not even like real jokes in the textbook form of the way seem to do well in these sort of 8, 12 minute, 15 minute bits in these tiny little rooms where half the people aren't paying attention. It appears like the more effective move is to try to and somehow build off what's in the room or the people, and what helps is talking to people before, and also not going first helps a lot. Going later, some people want to go first because they don't want to sit there, but the later you go, the more stuff you can collect before your act that you can then use. So that was exciting. Because that worked to my advantage with that joke, the joke. Because that ate, 3-4 minutes. Just like I did today when I started the live show. You gotta you have to eat 3-4 minutes just no matter what. Always, to get it going. 3-4 minutes is all you need. And off to the races, you know what I mean? We can move on to the next step. Okay? We can take a sprint. We can steal from first to second. Okay? I think we're already on third. We're pretty much going on, baby. You get in pickle, dude. You get caught in a pickle, right? And, right? That's what happens. You get a pickle between third and fourth, and that's what happens. Sometimes you make it home. Safe, right? Sometimes you got a glove on, But that's life. That's life. That's life. That's metaphors. That's a deep metaphor. If you follow the metaphor, it will lead you to the answer. It would lead you to the pot of gold. But it's just cornflakes. I've seen the pot of gold. I've followed the rainbow. I've pranced along. Look, I'm Irish. Trust me. If you could believe anyone on this topic, I know. That's my scar, by the way. For another day, I can tell you the story about this scar. Got that one back in Nam. But I can tell you, I followed the rainbow to the rainbow. I followed the rainbow to the pot of gold, and it is just cornflakes. All right? That's one of the themes of the MattyTHINKS show, is at the end of the pot of gold is just cornflakes. I have a lot of these things, right? I mean, obviously, that's not my quote. That's just a quote at the end of the POG, right? It's just cornflakes. And then what that means is we got that from Click with Adam Sandler. He's like, you know, at the end of the pot of gold, it's just cornflakes. Michael, you know? He goes, you know, what do you say? No, what do you no, not a girl, nice girl. You right? It's just cornflakes. That's my really shitty Christopher Walken impression. I'm going to work on it. But the point is that in life, everything is not what it's made out to be. You have to enjoy the process. That's what I'm saying. The reason that's important is because I, as I've limited my social circle, have been able to turn down the noise, right? Turning down the noise is turning down. We have that written down already. But turning down the noise, another pillar. We got rid of the peeps, turned down the noise, and we're able to see that doing it is fun. Someone in my life saw one of our performances at Rock Bar in Fort Lauderdale and commented like, hey, ha 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 ha, making a joke about how there wasn't a lot of people there. There were people there, you know what I mean? But it wasn't like it was fucking like Bonnaroo. I mean, obviously, right? But the point is, it's not about the end. It's about the experience. We don't listen to a song to get to the end of it. We listen to a song to listen to the song and enjoy the song while we listen to it. We don't rush to the end of it. So if in your life you're waiting to get to the end of the song, you're going to find out at the end of the song it's just cornflakes. Or just like I said, you're going to find out at the end that the dang secret is not as mysterious, right? As the mystery itself as to what the trick is that the magician's doing, like in The Prestige. It's the same concept. The pot of gold being cornflakes, the fact that the mystery is more mysterious than the secret, the reveal is not as exciting as the trick itself. When you find out how they do the magic trick, then you're like, oh, okay. It kind of is almost deflating. It's almost like when you see a woman's breast and you haven't seen it yet. It's still like either in a bikini or it's like in something that's like suggestive, and you're like, wow, and you think about it. And then once you see it, you're like, oh, okay. Even if it's exciting, amazing, you're like, okay, you're done. So all of that sort of mystery in life is where the excitement is. So I enjoy these experiences with 8-9 people. And I'm not trying to build up some fucking empire anymore. That was a big mistake. All of my 20s is I was like trying to build an empire. For one, it's a ridiculous goal. You watch too many movies if you think you're going to build an empire all the time, right? Really, I think it's just about connecting with people. And that's done sort of on a local level, in my opinion. And it's done on a small level for most people. It's not for most people done on a large level. I don't even think it's actually possible to connect with a lot of people. How could you connect with 1,000 people? I'm one person. How do I talk to? And I'm not Bonnie Blue. How the fuck do I talk to 1,000 people and actually get in deep conversation with them? Watch yourself. Conversation. That's the deepness, is the conversation. That's the depth we're going to do with that 1 on 1,000, okay? 1v1,000. Me versus 1,000. I'm like this. Dude, some of these are pretty good. Some of these are pretty good. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, as we do these hours every single night for MattyTHINKS, I'm kind of liking the night. The night is really working. I don't know. Do you guys like the night? I don't know. The daytime ones, for one, the daytime ones are really aggressive. Not that if I did another daytime one, would they be that aggressive, but it's just easier at night to just be more reflective and be more expansive on what you're talking about and not be so like, I got to do all this shit later. You know what I mean? And I want to make, I kind of have shifted this activity of going live to be like, hey, look, dude, as I've already stated about this, it's not like work. It's kind of more of just like, instead of sitting there and talking to JC about everything, just put it on here. And I think it'll be more, one, cathartic for myself, and two, I think it'll be more useful than just wasting your time doing whatever the hell else, you know, I would do for an hour to be some kind of content related thing. And It also, on top of that, into the 2026. By the way, into the 2026, we will be doing old sets, check, right? Old, not old, but just music videos, check. We'll do those, check. Now, I'm doing an update, a 2026 update. 2026 update on the Making Money in Music is over. I love how I'm saying 2026, even though that video is fucking 10 days old. But this Making Money in Music video did well, and I want to take the I Get Paid. I Get Paid, by the way, oh my God. I Get Paid has done well. It's almost at like 1,000 streams already. And it came out yesterday or something. My legs are itching all of a sudden right here. What the fuck is going on? I'm getting excited. So I Get Paid is performing well. Night is solid. Night is solid. I know. JPC, agreed. I Get Paid is performing well. So go check that out. By the way, go stream it because it's doing well. And that means other people like it, so you'll probably like it too. If you haven't checked it out already, check it out. So that's doing well. And here's the crazy thing. 2026 update on music is I didn't run a single ad. I spent almost no money in marketing. And since we made the damn music, and he paid his engineer to do just the final master, you know how I feel about mastering, basically the only money that I spent was on just submissions to see if people would put it on their playlists. So I cut the cost. I want to say at least by 67%. We literally at like 1/3 of, even less, dude. We got rid of everything. Now the only thing that I spend money on in music is playlist submission and nothing else. So now you only need like 100,000 streams to get your money back. 50, 100,000 streams and you break even. I know that sounds like a lot, but I mean, that's it's wicked cheap. People spend thousands of dollars, all right, to make, I'm talking produced, mixed, mastered, distributed, marketed, everything. So, if we look at the I Get Paid Spotify right now, did you just text me? I must have just got a text right when I opened it and deleted it. Am I getting them right now? The heck? If we pull up the artists, we can look at it and see how I Get Paid is doing. It's at 780. 3 people listening right now. The weird thing is I haven't got any more followers. Usually I get a couple followers each day on a new song release. But anyway, 780 streams. We got, what's this called? What's that called? 3 people listening right now. You guys, get it to 5, you fuckers. Get it to 5, okay? So I Get Paid with no marketing is outperforming the songs that I marketed with paid advertising dollars. So basically, I'm pretty sure we are vindicating my new strategy. That is, this is literally the 2026 strategy, and I'm going to do a whole entire episode on it because I don't think people are getting it, is that you need to make your music for $0. All right, that's the key. Then spend basically no money in marketing, because all the money in marketing I'm going to show you how it's being misspent. Only submit to playlists, right? Then turn around and use your music as a marketing signal itself and not the product, because they only give you 0.4 cents per stream, and then sell something else using your music as the marketing. And use Spotify as the discovery tool for the listener, and then sell other things like merch, exclusive content, etc. So we'll do a video on that because that's being proven true with I Get Paid. So the new 2026 strategy that I'm telling you guys about is working already. Fascinatingly, it's already working. So this is fantastic. We're only what is episode 16? That means we're only 16 business days, because I only do this on weekdays, into this thing. We have 240 total days in the MattyTHINKS experiment. So in this experiment, we are 16 days in, and we're already getting results. We're already getting stream results. We're already getting music results. The new hypothesis that I came with on the 4th day is already being tested, field tested, and we are finding out that we are kicking ass. So I'm going to literally have data to back up all of this, to show you that, look, here's how they're ripping you off, right? Here's how the social media platforms are kind of convincing you about this sort of mysterious, elusive sort of, social, currency thing where you get rewarded with likes and views and followers, but they don't really translate into anything economically, materially, or financially, right? And then you spend all this money there and you get nothing out of it. You're the man, Joe. We love you. Joe's the man. And then that all of the answers that you need are there, but that's not true. What we found out is that actually the internet is to be used the same way we used to communicate. So we're going to use the internet in a sort of retro fashion, right? We're going to use it just to talk directly to people. And then we're going to sell stuff the old-fashioned way, right? Music, by the way, has never been, this is the crazy thing. I don't know why this has been having to be re-explained to us. This is the crazy thing about 2025 into 2026 and why the awakening is occurring right now in 2026. This is why. Because the internet has become boring. Okay? One, the internet is fucking boring. Everyone knows that now. It's boring now. It sucks. The internet sucks. It's boring. Right? And we are going back to things that were always the way. Music has never been the product. That's the point I'm trying to make. The vinyl was the product, right? This is the re-explanation. Streaming confused everybody, all right? The vinyl was the product. The way that, and I'll get into this, I'm just going to say this really quickly, but I'm going to just have to start here with the radio thing when we go into the 2026, the next episode when we talk about this. Radios were sold by RCA. RCA made a record label. There we go. The Great Awakening. RCA made a record label to sell radios. To sell radios, what do you need? You need music, right? So thus, the recording industry was born, right? Outside of the Tin Pan Alley and all that other bullshit talking about selling screenwriting, etc. The point is, music has always been to sell something else, right? And so the term sell out comes from music, and it means you're selling outside of your circle of things, your commercial circle. So if you're a recording artist, you are to sell radios, sheet music, instruments to play your music, etc. When you go and sell a Cadillac, you are a sellout. You're selling outside, right? So I want to cover all that. That is where this all comes from. The point is, music has always been used to sell. The recording of music is used to sell a product. So streaming has exposed that that's how music's always been, and all of the bullshit about trying to be famous and be on the radio and have all this mass appeal and be Nickelback or whatever isn't really true. It never was. It was fabricated by massive money and massive distribution. Got it. So we'll talk about that on another thing. That's great. So that's coming up. We also have the pelvic tilt episode as well. Oh my God, how exciting. Everyone's into the anterior pelvic tilt thing now because we all sit all day long on our computers. And I, as a pole vaulter, can go into how I fix that. I can literally do a whole hour on that, literally, dude. So we have so much coming up in this MattyTHINKS show. And I thought we'd be out of material. We're 16 hours in. This is literally 16 hours in to MattyTHINKS. I thought we'd be out of material. We're coming up. We have 5 episodes right here. All right? In the last 2 days, we've been talking straight into the mic and just winging it freestyle off the dome. And that's been working out nice. So I'm getting a little bit of a pain in my ear. I don't know what it's from. But here's the good news. The final thing is that stay away from the mainstream Hollywood scene. Exactly, Joe. Independent's the way to go. And we'll talk all about that on this 2026 How to Make Money in Music episode. So I don't want to give up too much because I have so much to talk about. But the good news is that we don't have any stand-up right now to do. We're waiting to see if anyone hits us up. It's a waiting game to see if anyone says, hey, Matt, I got a spot for you. So the last thing is the t-shirts will be up on the website. If you want to get any of the t-shirts, by the way, in advance, if you didn't see us shooting the shirts, I have made a discount code. Again, I'm going to put the discount code in the chat, W's in the chat, boys. I'll put the, and gals, boys and gals. The discount code right now is This will be the discount code on the t-shirts when they go live. Those are zeros. If you can see it in the Shatsky, B00BIES. That'll be for some sort of discount. I'm getting $5, $10, whatever the heck. We'll figure it out. Whatever the heck the shirts are. It depends on whatever it is. I'll just make it like a 10% discount or something like that for the homies, or whatever the heck, or maybe whatever, maybe more, maybe like 15, 20. I gotta figure out how the heck it's all gonna work out. So just whatever. It's gonna be a discount. Let's make it insanity. Let's make the discount for anyone who has this insanity. Make it like 20%, right? Big discount. So we'll do that. So those are going to go up on the website. We shot those. We picked the shots for those. Those look great. So everything is going well. The strategy is working. So if you need more information on what the strategy is, well, you're 16 hours in. So just watch one of the fucking 15, 16 hours and you'll have answers. You know? There you go. Thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you soon.